Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. You probably get tired of me saying it, but I'm going to continue to say it. Young people in this community are doing absolutely amazing things, and my next guest is going to tell you how students at the University of Ottawa are doing some amazing things. I'm joined by Alexander Parsan, president of Enactus uOttawa. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
So Enactus, this is something that's not just Ottawa, right? This is sort of a national thing. Tell me a little bit about Enactus.
For sure, that's right. So Enactus actually is a extracurricular activity at University of campuses all across the world, actually. So, and right here in Canada especially, we are fortunate to have an Enactus chapter at University of Ottawa. And what we do is we operate real businesses. The students on our team do this. And those businesses create a positive social, economic, and environmental impact in the community and the world.
Are all these students from a particular program that get involved?
So that's one of the best things about our team at Enactus is that it ranges everybody from business students to science students. It's all disciplines coming together, and the common thing is they want to use their skills to make a difference in their communities.
So how do you then choose, as this diverse group, how do you choose a project?
So what we have is we have a couple different projects. We have 5 projects right now on our team, and students at the start of the year, we do recruitment. We kind of get the word out to all students at the University of Ottawa, and then people apply to different projects that they're interested in. So we have projects ranging everything from teaching youth financial literacy to the Indigenous water crisis, and of course plastic waste as well, which I'm sure we'll talk more about today.
Well, let's talk about that, because that's I imagine that's the main project you're working on with a team. This is about recycling plastic, and we know that, you know, we all use our blue bins, and the unfortunate part is not a lot of that gets recycled. Tell us about this project.
Absolutely. So I guess I could ask you a question: is how much plastic out of all that plastic that we might throw in the blue bin, how much of it do you think actually gets recycled?
Oh, I hate to say it. I think it's like 10%.
You're right on.
Really?
So, unfortunately, only 9% of plastic thrown away ends up actually making it to the recycling bin.
Why?
So it was something that boggled the minds of our team. We wondered, well, what can we use this plastic waste and what can we turn it into? So what our team did is we created a social enterprise called Poly. And what Poly is, it's a social enterprise that allows community operators to take machines and turn their community's plastic waste into brand new products. And we'll be competing with this project against other Enactus schools.
So hold on. So you've built a machine, you and your team?
So what we've done is we've worked with different partners. So our team has reached out and worked with manufacturing partners. We've been fortunate enough to work with Carleton University Crosstown Machine Shop. We've worked with another engineering firm, C.A. Elliott, in the area. So we've worked with all our different partners to help come up with this machine and make it into a reality.
Okay, so how does the machine work?
So how our machine works is we have a shredder, and what that shredder does is it takes plastic and it breaks it down into small pieces, and then we take those small pieces and we put it into an injection molder machine, and that will take that plastic, melt it down, and turn it into brand new products.
So people, like, are there companies doing this right now, or is this something where you did your research and you went, oh my God, we cannot believe nobody's doing this, we should be inventing something like this?
Yeah, so I think the main difference with a poly system is small enough to be accessible, but it's still large enough to make a big impact. So right now, you know, there's community recycling, there's also companies doing recycling programs, and there are machines like this out there, but the resources are not mobilized together. It's not very accessible for your average, you know, operator or person interested in starting a business to use a machine like this. So what we've done is we've taken all that technology, scaled it down, and made it more accessible.
So would the idea then being an entrepreneur would get this machine in order to produce something themselves, something that's unique, or like a resident like myself, I'm like, hey, I want one of these machines, I'm going to start a side gig.
Exactly.
Who would use this?
So the best part about poly machines, it could be used by a whole variety of groups, and you mentioned one really good one, which is entrepreneurs. So anybody, any community who's interested in creating, let's say, a business to create products out of plastic waste, entrepreneurs who may be wanting to start a business, take a business that already exists and start to create products using their old waste. You know, you can make things like, we've looked at a couple cases like backsplash tiles, for example, you can make out of plastic, or, you know, we're currently talking with someone who wants to use poly systems to make hair accessories and hair clips, or turn old ATV waste into brand new products. So the uses are limitless. less when it comes to our poly systems. And the best part is, it can really be used by anybody from an individual entrepreneur to something like a school group or a community group. Really, anybody can use a poly system.
So are you representing Ottawa or just the University of Ottawa? Are there other universities, colleges here in Ottawa that are a part of the competition?
So right now for this competition, it's just the University of Ottawa.
Okay.
So we've made it to, we're fortunate enough to be attending the competition where we're going to pitch poly, and we're in the top 5 universities in Canada.
Really?
Going up with our project.
So walk me through the process then. How did you get into the top 5?
Sure. So we originally started virtually with a semi-final. We started with a regional round of competition. We went up against people in the area, and then we moved on to our first round of national competition, where again we had to compete virtually, and we competed again against some of Canada's top schools, and then we were fortunate enough to win our league, if you will, in that competition, and move on to the last 5 teams.
So let's say you go to the competition September 30th. You're representing this wonderful city of ours. What happens if you win?
So if we win, we'll be named the Enactus National Champion. So if our team wins, University of Ottawa and Ottawa will be representing Enactus Canada, so our country, on at the Enactus World Cup, which would be taking place in Puerto Rico. So we would be representing our team, giving another presentation, this time going up against some of the top universities in the world.
That is amazing. What a great opportunity. So let's talk about the future. You guys have created this. What are you going to do with it?
Absolutely. So the next thing is we've been fortunate enough to operate a system right here at our own University of Ottawa. But the next thing for us really to do is to get the system into the hands of the different people who can really use it. So our big call now is to look for entrepreneurs, school groups, community groups, people who might be able to buy a poly system and use it in their own community. So our next steps is really getting the word out about poly, making sure everyone knows what's possible now with plastic, and then hoping to connect with people who want to operate poly systems. Absolutely, yeah.
Because to build something like this, it takes money.
For sure. Basically, we're at the stage where we're just looking for partners, investors, clients, interested community members, school groups. We have an education program that we offer workshops to teach, students younger than us about these machines. So really, we're looking to just meet new people and build partnerships surrounding this project.
Alexander, this is incredible.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and your team. We'll be cheering you on here in Ottawa.
Thank
This
you
is
very much.
fantastic. September 30th, the big competition. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back talking finance right after this.